little kind of energy check-in before I get deeply into group one's reading. Kind of just trying to pop my mind back in a little after my weird ass nap, which was very strange. So pink aura quartz, this is your pile, this is your reading. We will go for the Soul's Journey first. So the Soul's Journey Oracle cards, these are delightful intimacy, tender flowering of friendship. Interesting. So that kind of gives me the feeling that maybe there's some intimacy coming in your way. Let's see what this one says. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune as well. I'll just make sure you can see those. I'm going to try and work with where the camera's pointing instead of... yeah, there we go, that's better. Alright, so let's find... I'm going to read from the book for this Delightful Intimacy card. I've barely even looked in this book or at these cards since I bought them. They just kind of called to me at the time. 34. So... 30, 32, 33, 34. There we go. Cultivating a strong relationship is like planting a garden. It must be done at the right time in a welcoming environment. Two hearts in friendship need to open up gently like flowers in the sunshine. They have to stand strong when facing opposing challenges, such as winds of jealousy and hostility. Above all, delightful intimacy needs unwavering attention and nurturing to develop. If the flowering of a friendship faces too much adversity, it will perish in the unfriendly gales of fall. The feeling of missing a sense of support and affection could indicate the need for more meaningful relationships in your life's journey. It requires the involvement of your time, energy, and emotions. When a genuine friendship is developed, it will stimulate your dreams and expand your limits. It will help you to increase your imagination and transform your vision. Delightful intimacy sprouts and grows through proper nurturing. You need to shine the light of joy and delight upon your life through direct physical presence and heartfelt relationships. However, you truly need to understand and respect who you are before you can engage in an intimate relationship. When you feel ready, you can slowly involve those worthy of friendship in your life. Include them in your personal hopes and aspirations. Listen to theirs. Weird. Anyway, spend personal time with others and be open to mutually sharing thoughts and feelings. The more you share your visions with others, the more likely it is that you will develop a strong and everlasting intimacy with them. And there's a little mantra there for you guys too. It says, I am fully open and ready to create delightful intimacy and build a true friendship. So when I first saw this card, I was like, oh, it must be talking about some kind of romantic thing. But what it's actually talking about is, I feel like it's talking about like finding yourself, finding your soul family, knowing yourself well enough to know what is and isn't sort of like part of your path, or who you should spend your time with, or initiate friendship with, or continue to try and grow friendships with. This could and easily would fit into the romantic sector as well, but I feel like this is more got to do with for friendships, or creating community, creating deeper bonds with people, whether that's specific people or they're just asking you to kind of open up to more friendships because there's more people out there for you to meet and spend time with. So the unbound soul, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives is also coming up. So I feel like, what it is, it's like the opportunity to see, how do I put this? The opportunity to release these past life contracts and like other things that keep us bound, karmic connections, things like that, often lies in the ability to sort of to work with your shadow, to see what it is, why you keep going back to certain things as well. But I feel like for you guys, I feel like you're kind of breaking something like this and leaving that behind. As the Wheel of Fortune comes up for you, I feel like you're kind of walking away from non-reciprocal connections and relationships of in whatever form they take. Perhaps it's one specific one. I kind of am getting the feeling that very deeply that this might be something like that. It's like there's a friendship that you might have had for a long time, but you're starting to realize that it's not supporting you, or it's not reciprocal. It doesn't, or you can't open up to that person for whatever reason. And I feel like sometimes these things happen, or that, like it doesn't have to be like that, but these things happen because you have like this, you had an agreement before you came to Earth to spend a certain amount of time with a person or with a situation to learn from it, and you're learning from it. So you're breaking these patterns, you're releasing them. Maybe you're actually seeing these patterns and realizing, okay, this is something that I've done over and over again, or something that I've experienced over and over again. And in knowing that, it's easy for you to kind of step forward and say, hey, no more of this. I'm moving along. I'm raising my standards, and I'm no longer tolerating things that don't work for me, or something like that. Or it might just be that a situation is coming to an end, and that is, your soul contract with a particular person or something like that might end. But the Wheel of Fortune coming up is saying that it's like this will change. Something's going to change for you, and it's going to be in a good way, because you're being released from limits. You're being released from something that's kept you bound and stuck in a certain kind of like karmic wheel. I'm getting karmic wheel. So yeah, interesting. I think for some of you also, as I was looking at these cards, another message came through. Some of you are meeting someone, or will be meeting someone who kind of feels familiar maybe, but this person will be entering into your life in a way where they're showing you how to release soul patterns and just become unbound from certain limitations and things that you might have lived with for a very long time. But this is somebody who's expanded, like they know how to expand out of what kind of binds us all as humans. And I feel like this is something that's destined as well, with the Wheel of Fortune coming up. So let's have a look. We'll have a look at the Moon Witch Tarot as usual. Oracle, sorry. Moon Witch Oracle. Oop. Here we go. Let's see what messages we have for Group 1 with the Moon Witch Oracle. Oh, hello, kitty. Hello. My kitty's come to visit. He wants to know what's going on, I guess. Or he just wants to sniff something down by my feet, as cats do. Okay. Group 1 messages, please. Oh, here we go. Close my eyes, and there they go. Blue Moon, you are ready. Make your masterpiece. Yeah, so there's definitely like a positive change coming in terms of like releasing something, being released from something. As I was saying, so I was sort of like there's this feeling of like you've been held in a holding pattern. Yeah, but that feeling that you've been in a holding pattern for a while, perhaps you haven't found the right person to have this delightful intimacy with. Maybe it's like that awakening thing where you feel very alone, you don't have many friends, you don't find people that resonate, and I feel like this is going to be this thing where you change where you're released from that and you start to find people that you do connect with on a deep level, and that you feel comfortable having that kind of intimate relationship with. So yeah, you are ready to make your masterpiece. This is you blossoming, I feel. It's sort of like, yeah, I'm kind of getting this picture in my head of a, like a flower blossoming in the sun, even though it's talking about the moon. I sort of see you stepping more into your power or realizing who you are, things like that. Okay, so it's time to commit. First quarter. What are you committing to? Are you committing to releasing the things that are binding you? Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to get I'm sitting on my foot, it's gone numb. Okay, so are you ready to commit to like this change, I think? For some of you, I feel like this could be, being ready to commit to a relationship. But for most of you, I feel like this is committing to releasing the patterns, releasing the ideas or beliefs or whatever it is that you're being shown through these intimate connections that you're having, or soul family type things, or even just things that you're realizing. It's like, are you ready? It's time to commit to letting go. It's time to commit to releasing whatever it is that's been holding you back, so that you can actually step into this like wheel of fortune, this change and action energy that's coming through. Let's have a look and see what else we've got. Okay, what do we have now? Sekhmet, the truth. Courage, truth, shadow work. Yep. All right. So yeah, obviously sometimes when it comes to these things like this kind of situation and releasing or being released from these kind of karmic patterns or these learned behaviors that you might be being shown right now that you can let go of, or you might be being released from that holding pattern, it can take a little bit of courage. It can take for you to be able to see truth, as truth is subjective, but it can take that and that shadow work, that going into the depths every so often. Although I don't feel like this is like going into real deep. I think it's just like you realizing what's going on and kind of going, oh yeah, maybe I need to just sit with that part of me for a bit, and that's enough to sort of release it, to let it out. Let's have some more. Oh, here we go. Half the deck goes flying. Witchy medicine. This came up about 5 times in the last week's reading, or maybe 3 in every reading, I think. Witchy medicine, whatever that means to you. It could be spell work, it could be protection work, it could be herbal medicine, it could be, there's like so many different ways that this could come through. I wish they kind of gave it a bit more of a meaning that was a bit more straightforward. It does say connect to the earth, so perhaps just remembering that you're part of the earth or connecting into the earth would help. Spending time connecting with the earth center, the earth's heart center, grounding yourself perhaps as well. That's what I'm sort of getting coming through here. Another one. Celine, bring light into somebody's dark sky. Okay, that's interesting. So bringing light into someone else's dark sky. Something's sort of coming through with that, so that's why I'm sitting here quietly thinking, listening, feeling. Yeah, I feel like there's someone particularly that maybe you just bring light to them anyway and that you don't realize that, or maybe when you're lit up you're lighting up other people, and that's what it's kind of, yeah, actually that feels right. That feels, so when you are lit up, when you are, you know, doing the things, when you're doing the things, when you're open, when your heart center's open, and when you're not, you know, hiding away and things like that, then you're lighting up, you know, you're lighting the way for other people. I think it's when you kind of are hiding, like we all do this, right? We're all capable of being either being, how do I put it? Sort of hiding away and not really kind of channeling the energy that we have, or channeling the light that we have within us, in a way that lights everyone else up. Sometimes, you know, we neglect the fact that we have that light, for whatever you might be going through. You might be going through, you know, a difficult time, and it's hard to focus on that. But I feel like this is, yeah, a message of you being a light for other people when you are lit up. Let's go tarot now. Right, let's see, what have we got? Okay, we've got courage in reverse. Oh, strength, sorry. Courage. Strength. Let me just give these a tap. I did shuffle them before, but... Oh, sheesh. Wow. That was a lot of cards. Got clumsy hands today. So yeah. Let's have a check and see what other messages come through for group 1. It's interesting that card should come up, the delightful intimacy. I wrote a post a little while ago about, I was asking, not because I don't have my own view on it, but I like to let other people, you know, I like to hear other people's views on things as well. And I was like, why, what did it say? Why do people get, like, people don't understand how to make a connection to be able to, you know, they don't understand the difference between like being intimate and having like a sexual bond or something like that. I can't remember the exact words I wrote, and it's interesting that this should come up too, because when you think about it, intimacy has nothing to do with that. Like, being intimate with someone doesn't mean that you're necessarily having sexual relations with them. It means that you feel safe enough. They're a safe enough place for you to be open to them and open up to them. That's intimacy, really. Sometimes that can happen in friendships. It can happen in all sorts of things, really. All sorts of ways. Connections with other people who have felt into themselves as deeply as you. It kind of makes it easier, I guess. I'm still trying to get messages for group 1. Come on, group 1. Where's your messages today? Oh, we're going to have half the messages. All right. I feel like with this coming up this way, I don't know if you can see that actually, I've got to move that over. So we have strength in reverse. Then we have the magician in reverse, but we also have the 10 of wands in the middle of those two cards. The 10 of wands speaks about ending a difficult period of your life. Like, it's an ending of a cycle of oh, sorry, that's the 10 of wands. But anyway, it's the ending of a cycle. And it's sort of like, often with the other, like, more traditional tarot pictures. Oh, sorry, something's bitten me. The 10 of wands is talking about, like, it's ending a situation but still taking your baggage with you. Like, you're not willing to let go of it. It can kind of you know, it can be all sorts of different, there can be different ways that it works. Obviously, sometimes there's things that you want to take with you that aren't baggage so much as things that you've learned, things that you value, that you're taking from that cycle. Obviously, this woman on the card here, you can see her, I'll show you this way. She's got, like, a lot of bags. She's got a lot of stuff, but she's not leaving it behind. So I feel like she feels like it's valuable to her. It also could just be like, you know, packing up and leaving. Basically, I don't know why I'm getting that, but that's why I'm getting is like, yeah. So with strength in reverse and the magician in reverse, it's kind of like you were wanting to leave but didn't, or something like that. I feel like it's related to this. It's like related to a karmic cycle that's sort of coming through. About feeling sort of stuck. These cards feel stuck to me. That energy feels stuck, but it's also like I got up and left, but I'm still stuck. I got up and left, but I was still stuck. Or, you know, there's still things that are kind of sticky about that, the ending of that situation, if that's, you know, that's your story. But also, let's have a look and see what other cards are coming up, because I feel like I've got like two different timelines going on here, two different like message stories. Actually, looking at this strength card underneath, I'm hearing my guide saying, you don't know what it took me to do that, to leave, to take all my things and go. You don't know, like, the strength that it took me to do that. That's interesting. Let's get some more cards and see what else we've got coming through. Any messages for group 1? Cards? Guides? Spirit? I just don't want to come out. It's hilarious. Oh dear. We got something that flipped up here. Just eventually we'll get there. Okay, so my guides have said, as I'm sitting here shuffling, they're saying this. For some of you guys, if you're experiencing this kind of connection or friendship or relationship or whatever it is that's there to help you unbind yourself, that's helping you break through these limitations, it's like, I think sometimes it takes you a lot more strength than people realize, but they're asking you to remember the lessons of the last few times, or, you know, if you had another cycle that was similar, if you've been experiencing similar things over and over again throughout your life, to remember the lessons. I feel like this is the lesson. So to remember the lessons of those past situations, and take with you what helped you, take with you what was supportive of you, so that I don't know. That's kind of what they wanted to say, though. I'm going to go into some more messages in a second. Yeah, so like, take the lessons with you, but leave the rest of it behind. You don't need so much courage, perhaps, in this new phase. And I feel like with the Magician in reverse, it's kind of talking about, like, you've got that part mastered now. It's really like, it's like you need to focus on moving forward instead of this. This is really weird. I'm getting so much jumble coming in, and as I said earlier in the video, I don't know. Yeah, I said, like, I just had a nap and I was going to all sorts of different places, different dimensions, or whatever you want to call it, like dream spaces. And just, yeah, everything was very odd. There was lots of different voices and messages coming through to me. And it was quite, yeah, it was cool, but it was discombobulating. So I still feel a bit discombobulated. I feel like that might be something that you guys are experiencing, or you might be feeling just a bit kind of fuzzy-headed, or just not quite sure where you are, sort of thing, feeling a bit out of it, maybe. But yeah, so I'm getting a lot of messages, but nothing that's sort of coming through strongly enough to be a full message about this just yet. I'm going to keep shuffling. For whatever reason, shuffling often gets me. Gets me more messages. All right, so we see the tower. Okay, let's have a look a little further in. Um, Maybe, yeah. I feel like for some people, in some instances, this magician in reverse is talking about how you've been repressing your magic because you feel like, or you've been sort of in situations where you had to do that because that was the way that people would stick around for you, by kind of, you know what I mean? It's hard for me to explain. It's like some people will see you in your full power, like standing in your power. When I say power, I'm not talking about like I'm egomaniac power kind of thing, but when you're fully you, when you're fully activated and you feel really good about yourself, they'll see that. And at first that's what will attract them to you. But then they get scared of it. They're like, oh, hang on a minute, if I'm not attracted to that person in that way, and this can be friendships as well, they kind of make you feel like you need to repress that energy, or yourself, because they are jealous or scared of losing you, and they'll do things to manipulate you to think and feel that way, to hide who you truly are, to suppress your magic. But I feel like this has kind of caused a tower moment, right? So we have the tower coming up. So this is like a bit of a divine intervention, perhaps. So this I don't know if it, like, I think for some of you it's a previous situation that caused this, and you're now just stepping out of that, and you're breaking the chains of whatever it was, or leaving the cycle behind. And it could have been about an intimate relationship as well. But I think for some of you also, this could be something that's happening now. It's like maybe you're in a connection, or you've met someone, and it could be friend, it could be romantic. That was the strangest noise next to me. I think it was the cat. It could be friendship, it could be romantic, it could be like a friend group or family or something like that. That, like, when you're stepping into this new phase, you'll still be worried about this happening. Like, you might find yourself acting a certain way because you think that's what, or not that you think, but you've been taught that that's the right way to behave, to not lose people, or to, to keep people around, or not upset people, or not be a people pleaser, that kind of thing. But I feel like it's kind of gotten to the point now where your guides are like, nah, no, that's not what this is for. This is to teach you to fully stand in your power and understand that that anyone who's worth having in your life isn't going to suppress you or limit you. They're going to love you and support you and make you more. They're going to throw more logs on the fire instead of putting the fire out, because they're scared of the light. They're scared of getting burnt. So your guides are stepping in to show you this. They're taking that initiative because they don't want to see you feeling the way that you feel, or repressing the magic that you have, because we all have magic and we're all here to disseminate that magic into the world. Like this card here says, bring the light into somebody else's dark sky, right? So I feel like this is what's happening here now. Whew, that was a big channel. Let's see what else we've got coming up for you guys, group one. That was pretty intense. Yeah, so if you guys are finding these kind of connections, relationships, friendships, where people are encouraging you to expand, you have to stop yourself and think. If you're feeling funny about it, you have to stop and think, why am I feeling resistant to this? Like, what is it? Am I actually afraid that this person or people will think a certain way about me, or not talk to me anymore, or something like that? You need to sort of confront these shadows, which is what we've got coming up here: courage, truth, and shadow work. Yeah. And then maybe, just sit in your heart space. And what else have we got here? Because truly your soul knows, right? But it's easy because we get conditioned to believe this absolute bullshit, really. And there's so many people who aren't you know, they're not even able to access their heart center or their soul or that version of themselves that's higher, like their higher self, rather than just their ego and their subconscious programming and things like that. And, you know, it's nobody's fault. Well, it is somebody's fault, but not us human. Like, you know, we're just products of it, basically. So, interesting. Anyway, I'm going to continue because if I go on that little rant, it will be here forever. But anyway, so yeah, somebody, if you're feeling uncomfortable in your expansion, and that's making you kind of step back and repress your magic, maybe stop and ask yourself, why am I doing this, and how important is this? Like, is this connection? Is this the right connection for me? If that's how it makes me feel. So we have the King of Cups. So finding balance with emotions, feeling comfortable with emotions, and you know, the depth of emotions and things like that. So yeah, I feel like this reading for you guys is a big learning experience, I will put it. Sort of like remembering not to repress yourself for the sake of others, because it really doesn't do anyone else any good. It doesn't do you any good if you're not your full self. And I also feel like with this Wheel of Fortune card that came up in the Oracle cards, it's really kind of telling you that this is changing now, that where you are is different to where you were before, and it's important to remember that. You know, that it's safe to be fully yourself and in yourself. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And what have we got next? The Three of Pentacles. Yeah, see, I feel for a lot of you, this is a soul family thing. This is meeting people who are, how can I put this? I feel it, you know, people who have done, I hate the word done the work, because it's not work, right? The ones that go, the people who are able to be a safe space for you because they're a safe space for themselves, because they've sat with their shadows and stuff like that, and they give you that place where you can be yourself, and they encourage you to expand into more and into more of yourself. I really feel like with this one coming up at the end of these cards here and underneath the Wheel of Fortune, it's like this is where you're coming to. You're coming to a place where only those kinds of people will resonate with you. Your own, you know, where you sort of won't attract people who aren't on your same level. This is like, my guides are saying it's like letting go of all this stuff. This stuff that if you have this card in the right upright position, the Knight of Pentacles is about like planting seeds, investing, things that are slow growing though. With it in reverse, I feel a bit like when you hit this King of Cups energy, and you don't have to be a man to have the King of Cups energy, you just have to have that energy, right? It's about feeling and being comfortable with feeling, being comfortable with your emotions, not being overwhelmed by other people's emotions as well. It's just like that whole thing where a lot of people who are on the ascension path, a lot of people who are spiritual kind of want to be, but a lot of the time you're just not, because you're still working through things. But every so often, you know, you get that balance, you get to that place where things are good, and you know that you've kind of stepped out of a particular cycle, and you kind of can sit there and integrate and feel good about it. And I feel like with this card coming up here, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, is basically just saying whatever it was that you were investing in before in this cycle that's ending, or this cycle that has ended, that you're releasing, or you're learning how to expand out of. Because a lot of the time that's all it really is. It's just knowing how to tweak your thoughts so that you're not repressing yourself in the way that you were taught to repress yourself as a kid, or as a, you know, in certain situations. That's all it really is a lot of the time. But yeah, so investing, this is like an investment that's not going, it wasn't worth it for you. Um, but the Three of Pentacles is something that is going to kind of just bring you to a place where you feel good, where you are who you are and who you're meant to be. And everyone around you is happy to have you there. And that kind of thing. That was a very technical term, and that kind of thing. I'm going to pull a couple more cards, and then I'm going to probably end the reading because that's quite a long reading already. Let's have a look here. What other messages do you have for group 1? That's a few too many, I think. I don't really want to read that many cards. Screw it. I would like just a couple more messages, not half the deck. Okay. Alright, there we go. And we have the Hangman. So this is about stasis, but I feel like for you guys, this is sort of like integrating. It's that moment where you're like, oh, hang on a minute. I can just sit here. I don't have to actually do this. I don't have to put myself out. I don't have to, whatever it is that, you've been doing or you were taught to do, you don't have to do that anymore. Because in the stillness, in the understanding, you find the enlightenment in there. So that's kind of, interesting. How many more cards do we have for my group ones? Ooh. And the Emperor. So yeah, sort of learning how to be a bit more strategic perhaps. This could be someone else as well in your life. The Emperor is, the divine masculine. We all know I hate that term, but sometimes it's the only way that you can explain it. It's like an activated, someone who has got their masculine, feminine stuff worked out, but they tend to be more on the masculine side. And they're awakened or conscious or whatever you want to say. I feel like with that coming up, this could be maybe you. I also feel like it could be someone who's going to be coming into your life. They're giving you a little bit more stability, showing you perhaps how to have that stability that you need to kind of also be in this energy, which is the King of Cups again. So emotional stability in this growth, in this period of growth, because I do actually feel like it's a period of growth for all of you guys. I reckon I'm going to call it a night on that one, guys. Hopefully you got some messages. I did do a big channel in the middle of it, so that was kind of cool. And I will maybe catch you on the next one. If you chose a group 2 for your reading this week, then this is your reading. Pardon me. I'm a little bit late. Sorry, guys, if you were waiting to watch. I'm going to go straight into it. If you chose this one, the Amethyst Heart, let's see what, I don't know why, but that's kind of amusing me. So let's do this. Dink. Okay, it's pointing that way. Alrighty, so let's have a look and see what your messages are today. Oops, this time around. Boundless potential is your first message. Look for sanctuary within you. That's interesting because today, before I even thought about doing this reading, or well, I had actually thought about doing this reading, obviously, but just like most of the day, I was in a really weird mood. It's kind of, I don't know, just felt annoyed, angry kind of feeling. And then all of a sudden, I can't even remember what happened. I think I just sat down and started crocheting or something. And I just completely relaxed and felt completely different about it. And I felt like it was something to kind of, that would tie in with this reading. So interesting. I don't know if you guys are actually feeling this as well. And the kind of feeling off, but feeling like emotional stuff coming up, probably towards me from someone else. So, like feeling other people's emotions and things like that may have been a factor. I feel like that might be a message for you too, guys. Let's have a look and see what this card book, what this says in the book about this one. Bask in nature. Let me see if I can find out. Boundless potential. Oh, where are we? Okay. So there is a place where gender, colour and age are not segregated. This place is a sanctuary of light that purifies the grime of life and nurtures hopes and dreams. It is the birthplace of inspiration and creativity, and where pure love seeks to express itself. This holy place is a beacon of respect and honour, and longs to appreciate and admire all who enter it. You are the only one who has the key to this place because it is inside you. The way you see yourself is often formed by the way others see you. If you limit yourself only to what other people's opinions are, you will take your outer image as your reality, and you will close the door to the splendid world within you. You are so much more capable than you realize. The kingdom of the beloved is within. It's within you. And love has no limits. Open your inner sanctuary to use the potential it has. Believe that there is a distinct need for what you have to offer. Reach for the shining light inside you to create and illuminate who you envision as your true self. Your ideas about what to do, and how to do it are all within you. Identify the kind of person you aspire to be, and use your willpower to bring that wonderful image to life. I'm tripping over my words, so sorry about that, but we're getting the message anyway. When you live as your true self and do work that has meaning for you, you will notice an exciting change in the quality of your life and the way others respond to you. As you begin to take steps in that direction, your inner light will also illuminate the lives of those around you. Yes, I love this message. It's a great message. It really ties in very well with the message that I've kind of been given and been giving for many years now, which is that everything's inside you, and if you can allow yourself to kind of dig in or drop into heart space and stay there in that safe sanctuary, sooner or later who you truly are starts to come up. Like, you start to do healing work through sitting in the heart space and breathing through the heart space, but you start to become your true self and become more aware of who you are and what you're here to do and things like that. There's a mantra that goes along with this card as well. I am a divine creation with infinite vision and capabilities. So there's a message for you guys that's interesting. Finding sanctuary, I think, is very important, particularly at this time, because we do have a lot of, I don't know, crazy stuff going, cosmic stuff, like, what am I trying to say? Hang on a minute. We've had solar flares, we have like geomagnetic storms. Every time I'm on Facebook or something like that, there's just like reams and reams of pictures of auroras in my feed, which is unusual. You don't usually see that many, and it's been going on for quite some time too. So just that geomagnetic energy coming through into Earth's atmosphere could be affecting you right now. And for a lot of people, it can cause like ascension symptoms. It can cause like flu-like symptoms and things like that. But ultimately what it's doing is helping you clear out the parts of you or things that resonate within you that aren't you. And it sort of brings you to your truer self. It's a healing. It's a shift. It's an energy shift that comes through. Let's have a look and see what other messages you have. Align your life. What is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? Wow, they're really trying to get the message through to you guys, group 2, about coming back home, to your heart, and to yourself. And then the initiation, rite of passage, you're going somewhere. Okay, so this is interesting, right? Because in Boundless Potential, as I was reading that, they were talking about what were the words that I read in there? It kind of sparked a bit of recognition or something like that within me. It was like, hang on, let me look. I'll see if I can find it. I look like I'm praying. That's hysterical. I don't pray, by the way. I'm not religious. I don't mind if other people are, but it's not for me. Boundless potential. What did I read? That's right. Believe that there is a distinct need for what you have to offer. Reach for the shining light inside you to create and illuminate and envision your true self. That's what I was kind of getting to. So I feel like for you guys, this is like you could be having one of those initiation type things. So perhaps a heart center awakening or another type of energetic awakening. It could be one of your energy centers. It could be a Kundalini awakening. So, you know, your life force energy coming up your pranic channel and activating the pineal gland. Activating all those latent psychic abilities which connect you to your true self. The rite of passage, you're going somewhere sacred. Amazing. So this is such a cool message already. And then celebration and bounty. So I feel like this, yeah, for some of you, this might be something new. For some of you, it might be something almost that you've been working on or working with for a while. Perhaps you've felt stagnant or something like that. I feel like this week, this energy, and you can see the energy in this. Look at this boundless potential. Like they're just saying there's so much energy there. There's so much potential there for you guys that, you know, you're going to be able to dig into this week and get closer to it. Boundless celebration of bounty. So what's that? The Three of Cups. All right, so that's cool too. I feel like you might be bringing in some money or getting some money given to you with a bounty kind of card, but it also could just be speaking about remembering that you are part of a limitless universe and that you can accept unlimited abundance, you know, in any way, shape or form as that works for you, and celebrate it because the more you celebrate, the more at peace and grateful you are for everything that you have, the easier it is for the universe to bring you more of that. Like attracts like, right? So let's see what the Moon Witch Oracle has for you guys, group 2. There we go, something there. The Sun. Find balance. So there might be a little bit of feeling imbalanced, as I was saying as before. For most of today, I was feeling that. And I knew it wasn't coming from me. I knew it was an external energy that I was feeling, but it was also, it was affecting me because I was tired. I felt kind of, what can I say? I just felt off kilter. I felt like I was getting dragged out of my center by someone else or something else that's going on in the world. And that can quite often happen if you have soul connections and somebody's going through something difficult, or, you know, someone in your family. If you're empathic, if you're connected to people in that way, or connected to yourself in that way that you know and you can feel other people, you can feel like that and not actually even realize that it's not you, that it's somebody else pulling on you or calling your soul in some way, or you just feel them. So yeah, finding a balance in that. That's interesting. As I'm looking at the Sun card as well, what I'm seeing is I'm noticing that there's pyramids on there. You can't actually see where I've put it on the, I'll hold it up so you guys can see it, but there's pyramids there. So I'm kind of getting this like maybe Egypt, ancient Egypt. It could be Lemuria, Atlantis kind of feeling from it. Oh, what was I reading? I was reading something about how there's ancient pyramids under the sea somewhere between, like, say, Britain and the European mainland, somewhere in the European mainland, that their ley lines, they're reactivating. So this might be that you are connected with that, and you're going to feel this boundless potential as these pyramids from very ancient places that are buried under the sea that we don't even really know about are activating. Yeah, cool. I don't know. It went a bit blank like that. But anyway, let's have a look and see what else. What other messages are going to come up for you guys? Group 2. Okay, so waning gibbous. Count your blessings. As I tapped into before, this feeling of gratitude. I feel like there's things falling away from you with this align your life, like what's no longer in alignment for you card coming up. I feel like this thing's, dropping away, and they're asking you to remember to be in gratitude for that, because there are things that aren't in alignment with you anymore. Things that might have been holding you back from walking your path into this rite of passage that's going somewhere sacred. Sometimes the things that seem the safest and the most comfortable are also the things that are holding you back the most. So if something like that is coming up for you, just try to stay balanced and count your blessings. Know that the universe has a plan for you, and any kind of rejection from people, places, things, situations, it's really just a redirection. It's a divine redirection, and it's divine protection as well. Sometimes it can be hard to take, but in the end, I think you'll realize that if anything like that is going on for you, that it is something that needs to happen, and in the long run, you'll be in a better space. You'll be opened up with more space for things that do align with you. So Carly, step into the unknown and do not be afraid. All right, so yeah, definitely this feeling of doing things that you've never done before, going somewhere perhaps with the initiation card coming up, and it says that you are going somewhere sacred. This could actually mean that you're being called to travel to or visit a sacred place, especially with the pyramids coming up. That is actually giving me a little bit of a chill. I feel like it's maybe you'll be called to go to some place like Machu Picchu or somewhere in Egypt to see the Great Pyramid or something like that, and that's going to help this activation or this rite of passage that you are currently going through, and help you kind of step into your true self more and more. Alrighty, let's have some more messages from this Moonwitch Oracle for Group 2. Okay, manifestation. What you seek is seeking you. Hey, did I not say earlier on? Isn't that funny? So what you seek is seeking you. So like attracts like. That's what I said. Like attracts like. It's a different way of saying it. So what are you vibing on? Like, what is in your vibe? What are you thinking about? What are you attracting with your thoughts and your feelings? Because feelings really play into manifestation as well. So just remember that what you seek is seeking you, but also what you're vibing, what you're putting out to the world is oh, sorry, I hope I didn't make a horrible noise with that microphone. I'm going to just move my hair out of the way. Yeah, what your core vibration is what the universe responds to. It's not, your fleeting thoughts. It's not, you have a bad day or you have an argument with someone or something like that. That is not going to manifest things for you. What manifests things for you is what you have going on in your core vibration. So the more that you heal, the more that you come back to your true self, the more you will have things that are attracted to you, that you're attracted to, that are aligned with you, aligned with your true path, with your soul path, rather than a mismatch. Don't mind the funny noises and me giggling. It's my kitty. He's trying to get into a room that he can't get into because the door's shut. Harry, what are you doing? What are you doing, Harry Jenkins? Alrighty, let's continue. We'll get a couple more messages from the Moonwitch Oracle, and then we'll jump into the tarot. What is it, Harry? What do you want? You have to wait till I've finished before I can feed you. Don't wink at me. I know. Winky chinky, huh? Anyway, first quarter, is it time? Is it time to commit? That's what I wanted to say. It is time to commit. So I feel like this week, oh, I actually spat when I talked then. So I feel like this week you're going to be deciding to commit to this particular path, this particular way of going. Maybe you're committing to becoming more aligned with your true self and your true vibration so you can attract what's part of your soul path, rather than be, as I said just a minute ago, as I was talking about, when you call in things from your ego perspective, you're calling in or manifesting things that might not be as aligned with you as you think they are. So I feel like this is you committing to all of the things I've already talked about. Katie, can you open the door for him? He wants to go in with you. Funny creatures. All right, a couple more messages from this deck. And then we have Magic Wand. Okay, so focus your energy on one thing. All right, so what is it that you want to focus on? What's the one thing there you can be putting your energy into that's going to be supportive, that's going to help you be more aligned, that's going to help you find what it is that you're seeking, or what you're seeking find you, should I say, because we don't chase, we attract, right? So what you seek is seeking you, but focus your energy on just one thing this week. Bring this one thing in, whether that be healing, whether that be stepping more into your soul or expanding into the light of your soul, or whether it be releasing things that are no longer aligned with you. Just focus your energy on one thing. I'm laughing because earlier today I was remembering a while ago when I was really deep in the ascension path, and I think I was quite ungrounded as well. My guides told me to stop chasing dick and focus on what I was meant to be doing. So I'm kind of giggling that the magic wand card came up, because it's a magic wand, and focus your energy on one thing. That's not a message for you guys. It's just me having a giggle about strange things that my guides say to me sometimes, or it might be a message, who knows. All right, here we go. What have we got here? Cast a circle. Healthy boundaries are crucial for growth. So this is the last message from the Moon Witch Oracle, and I think that's a very important message as well, as when you're going through like this kind of transformational energy, when you are in that expansion mode, you really need to remember to have boundaries, because sometimes you can feel so limitless that you forget to have boundaries, and then things don't work. So remembering to protect yourself and protect your energy, not give out too much, and stay focused on what it is that you're actually wanting to bring into your life. Harry Cat, I think you should make up your mind about where you want to go, sir. All right, and now we will get into the tarot. Okay, what have we got for group 2? We have everything upside down. Okay, the Devil. We have the Wheel in reverse and the Six of Wands in reverse. This is interesting. So the Devil is talking about temptation. This could be something that's chaining you. I feel like this is kind of showing you what it is that you might need to let go of, to probably, that isn't really aligned with you, something that might be stopping you from, letting the wheel of fortune turn and letting you come into this energy of, being successful. So there's something perhaps hiding in your subconscious. Maybe it's a bit of a, it could be something that you're addicted to, and that could be anything. Like, it doesn't have to be that you are drinking a lot or anything like that. It could be anything that you use as a way to distract yourself from focusing on things that you know you could be focusing on. And if you were focusing on them, it would be much more beneficial for you. So, like, you know, it could be scrolling, it could be focusing on a particular relationship or connection that might not really be serving you. So, let me think what else is coming through here. See that you can bring the Wheel of Fortune back around the right way, because if these cards are the right way up, let's have a look here. So letting go of what's not aligned with you, but something that maybe kind of feels like you can't let it go, something along those lines. But if you have this, and you, when you do release that, you have the Wheel of Fortune, if you can see that. I don't know if I've got it in the right spot. You have the Wheel of Fortune going towards the Six of Wands, which is really good energy, because the Six of Wands is talking about like public recognition. It's talking about being recognized for what you do. A little bit of that, what came up in the boundless potential, is like, you know, people recognizing that you have this boundless potential, that you have this gift, that there's something, you know, unique that you bring to the world that no one else can bring to it, and celebrating that. So yeah, I feel like this is, with these cards coming up, this is talking about you recognizing what's holding you back and being able to let go of it so that you can take this rite of passage. Let's go in further and have a few more messages from the tarot. This might be where you're at right now as you're watching this. That's too many cards, actually. I think we'll just one or two cards is fine. Please, Spirit, what messages do you have for group 2? Oh, okay, they tell me to knock. Messages for group 2. No, too many again. Got a huge wad of them. Let me get messages for group 2, please. 2. Group. Oh, here we go. All right, the Lovers. Let's see what else comes up over that. All right. So, I mean, along with that, not over that. We'll get a few more messages. So this, it's interesting. Interesting. A connection or relationship could be involved in this. I'm just trying to kind of get that stream of consciousness coming through to show me what exactly this is. So, okay, so this is a relationship or connection. Perhaps you've been in a space where you were putting a lot of energy and effort into a relationship, or finding that you were, how can I put this? Like finding that you were anxious about it, that you were thinking about it too much and worrying about things, and that was kind of knocking you out of alignment. This is maybe a message just for some of you, that I can sort of see. So yeah, it was knocking you out of alignment, but I feel like with this, what's coming through, this energy that's coming through, and that you are choosing to, you know, follow your alignment, follow what your soul path is asking you to do, and step more into your true self, that you'll be moving away from any troubles to do with relationships, that you'll be working out or coming to a conclusion of how to manage this without it knocking you over all the time. For those of you who aren't, you know, in a relationship or don't resonate with that message, I would say that this has got to do with just, you know, friendships or other connections that you have, maybe even family. Same sort of message here, is like there's something there that's been pulling you away, because as I was saying before, all day today I had that feeling that someone was like energetically pulling me away, and it was making me out of alignment. Like I wasn't within my true self. I wasn't sitting in in my heart space because I could feel something pulling me, and I was trying to work out what it was and why did it make me feel so icky and stuff like that. This could actually be something like any situation. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be anything. It could be a job. It could be something that you feel passionate about, really, but also something that's kind of I feel like it's out the actual whatever it is. If it's a connection, if it's family connections, if it's friends, or whatever situation it is, it's out of alignment, and it's out of alignment because you need to focus on just one thing. You need to focus on these things, like coming back to your true self. If you're not coming back to your true self, then it will continue to be out of alignment. But I feel like with this card coming up, the Six of Swords, this is saying that focusing on the love, right? And the love could mean focusing on the inner love, right? Unconditional love, source energy coming through into your heart space, focusing on that. Instead of letting yourself get pulled out of alignment. I mean, sometimes we can't help it. Sometimes it just happens. You can feel someone or something's going on. But if you do heart breathing or just focus on bringing yourself back to your center, then you can move away from these troubles, this issue, whatever it is. This is moving away from trouble. This is moving away, leaving your troubles behind, basically. Okay, my guides just said for some of you, this is literally like a situation where something's going to happen where you're actually leaving. Hang on. What did. Sorry, the message came through and now it's gone jumbled in my head. But it's to do with this. It's like someone else is like going to bring something to the table that helps you move away from whatever trouble that you are currently experiencing or were experiencing, in as far as this being pulled out of alignment. So a few more messages from the tarot, I think, and then I will love you guys and leave you guys. Okay, let's have just a little bit more. What for group 2? What does Spirit want to tell group 2? Too many cards again. They flip up so many sometimes, and I can't read them all. Yeah, so the more I look at this, the more I'm thinking, the more you focus on love, because if you look at this, and this, when I say focus on love, I don't necessarily mean focus on someone else. I mean focus on the love within you, focus on self-love, focus on bringing source energy and unconditional love into your life. The more that you can focus on that, the more that you will be able to move away from this with ease and be guided. We can see on this card, right, the weather's fairly rough, but she's got these birds that are actually taking her. She's not steering the boat. She's not looking at where it's going. She's being guided by the birds. And I feel like this represents sort of, like you being guided to somewhere else or something else, because you are focusing on yourself, focusing on love, rather than focusing on all the things that you could be focusing on that disconnecting you, discombobulating you, or making you feel like you are not aligned. So let's get some more messages here for group 2, please. Group of 2. Oh, there's one. A new beginning. So something new starting in the world, like in the physical realm. This is what Pentacles is talking about. Anything that's got to do with the 3D realm, right? It could be finances, or it could be anything else that's to do with our physical lives. So a new beginning, moving away to a new beginning. This could be a relationship that's moving into a new beginning. This could be you moving away from a situation that's bringing you to a new beginning. Let's have a look. What else is this Ace of Pentacles all about? What's this new beginning bringing in for group 2? Oh, okay. That's quite a lot of cards. I think we'll just pop him back in. I was going to grab that card and then yeah, they kind of tapped me on the shoulder and said, nope, that's too many. Wait till you just get one. Okay, so just one, please. Messages for group 2. What is this new beginning that you are walking into? Okay, so there's 2 there, that's fine. As long as it's not half the deck or, 6 cards. So we have, okay, a new beginning where you are sort of in that celebrate. Look, you've got the 3 of Cups twice now. This is like a new beginning with, I'm just trying to think how to put this. I know what it means. But it's just like, it's hard to translate the energy that's coming through. So it's celebration, right? You're celebrating moving away from whatever this is. You're feeling good about things. You've got other people around you who are celebrating with you as well. But it also can mean, like this one, it says bounty. So I feel like this is kind of tapping into that, boundless potential. So there's things coming in for you. You won't feel like you're missing out on anything. This is what this new beginning is. I feel like it might be a new way of thinking or being, of understanding that everything you need is within you, and everything, if you can sit in that frequency, that energy of knowing that everything you need is within you and everything you need comes to you, then more of that will come to you. And that, I feel like, is just what these 3 of Cups are giving you. And then you have the Empress. So the Empress again is about like being abundant. It's like fertility, it's earth magic energy. And when you think about how much the earth provides for us and how it's constantly, you think about a seed, you plant a seed, it grows a plant, the plant grows fruit, the fruit grows seeds, there's more seeds. It's just like this never ending, limitless cycle of regrowth, of nourishment, of abundance, basically. And this is where you're going from this boundless potential, as long as you're, working on making yourself aligned, and I feel like you guys will be. I am going to leave this reading here. I feel like this is a very good message for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will catch you on the next one. Okay. Apparently it doesn't like that. Hi guys, if you can see me. My computer's just glitched out and I've got a black screen, so I don't know what's going on. If it's actually streaming or not. Oh yeah, there we go. I'm on there, but I can't see Facebook. I might just have to stop the music, I reckon. That might be it. And it's still playing. Which is hilarious. Okay. What is going on with that? That's just weird. I don't know if I'm live or not. Oh yeah, here we go. This is funny. Hey, now I'm back. Okay. Something funny happened then. Mercury retrograde and my ability to be the living embodiment of Mercury retrograde is obviously happening right now, because I just went black screen as soon as I pressed go live. So yeah. Anyway, group 3, if you chose Blue Aura Quartz, then this is your reading. Now, oh, you guys got 2 of these Soul's Journey cards. They're so pretty too. Let's have a look and see what you got. Anointed with love, let sweetness invigorate your life and attend to your spiritual needs. Create a more prosperous life. That's interesting. So I'm going to grab the book. I'm going to read both of these. Might be a little bit of a long read, but it's okay. Unless I am guided not to read these ones. I'm just going to try and see if I can find the page so we don't have to sit here for hours waiting for me to find it. All right, page 20, Anointed with Love. Whew. I don't know about you guys, but the energy for me has been overwhelming today. feeling very emotional, heart center kind of stuff going on. No, it's not just me, but yeah. So if you're feeling that way, know that you're not alone. Yeah. When life feels routine and uninteresting, it means we are missing excitement and the feeling of wonder that could renew us. We long for something thrilling to bring us the happiness that we have been dreaming about. What is missing is the light of love within us that wants to be revealed and shared. It is this energy that is longing to revitalize our life and fill our hearts with anticipation and passion. The most precious thing we can share along the journey of our soul is love. All the potential to feel love and the ability to heal are inside your heart. Where you are guided to be is determined by the elements of desire. You are blessed with the capability to discover countless ways to enjoy what you do and feel creative in life. Longing is what helps you to embrace innovation and creativity and to allow your uniqueness to express itself. When you wholeheartedly embrace what you do, you are prepared to give your all. Everything becomes more playful and more fun. Moments become more enjoyable. Let love beam from you like the sun and shimmer in the rainbow of colours as you shine your light upon others. Find creative ways to perform acts of kindness and compliment a small gift, a positive note, or even a smile infused with light. Allow your heart to anoint your days and feel the warmth and wonder running over and bringing colour and beauty to even the most ordinary day. I welcome love and joy into my life and trust my heart to lead the way. Oh, hello. I didn't realise there was anybody watching me. Hey, whoever that is. Can't see you, but I can see that there's someone watching, so that's nice. Okay, and attend to your spiritual needs is also another card. I just remember that these cards both jumped out at the same time, so that's how it is. Let's see what we can do. Oh, it's the next one. Anointed with love. There we go. Attend to your spiritual needs. The soul's journey through the physical realms hang on, let me start that again. The soul journeys through the physical realms for its own joy. Wow, you could have fucking fooled me. Sorry, that's my ego speaking, by the way. Things are a little overwhelming right now. The last few years, as you guys probably have known and experienced yourself, things have just felt so intense. I just wonder why. You know what I mean? So our lives become exuberant and prosperous when it is fulfilling, and our life becomes exuberant and prosperous when it is fulfilling and meaningful. We thrive when our inner world is harmonized with our external world, leading a happy and healthy personal life and having deep and loving relationships. Bring peace and enjoyment to the soul. When there is an intention to lead a prosperous life, the mere thought of succeeding can make us elated with enthusiasm, zeal, and gains. We can transform our lives with a little bit of effort and willingness to grow, creating a more pleasant life. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading today. Requires giving extra attention to our spiritual needs. You can begin by developing a conscious awareness of the wonder of who you are and what you hope to achieve. How can you make your experience more effective and loving? What is your idea to bring meaning to your exchanges with others? By seriously attending to your heart's desire, you can explore your behavior and shape interactions that are more beneficial to your life. No matter how hard the journey, hang on, I've read that wrong. No matter how hard the journey, have the total assurance that you can succeed. You can succeed in business and life, and by focusing on more on what needs to be done and doing it in a timely manner. Allow love to set you free, to be more aware of the universe inside you. Go after joy and let practicality be the path towards contentment. Choose one specific goal at a time and focus your energy on it, and be open to innovative and creative approaches. Above all, have faith that you will instinctively find ways to carry out remarkable tasks in your life. I have an optimistic spirit and the ability to maximize my potential for success. That's interesting. Yeah, so it's just basically talking about remembering that you've got everything you need inside you. Attending to your spiritual needs is kind of saying, it's giving me that vibe of like, maybe there's some things that you might need to attend to. You might have had something brought to your awareness recently. You might be, as I am, feeling some really intense energy sort of coming up to this eclipse. It almost feels like a full moon to me, although new moons always, or often, quite an emotional time for me anyway. And anointed with love, let the sweetness invigorate your life. So this is about, again, coming back to yourself, remembering that everything you need is within you, inside you. I feel like it's so easy for us to forget sometimes that we can fulfill our own desires and needs and help ourselves feel fulfilled, because we just bombarded with the idea that fulfillment and love and happiness and stuff comes from the outside. So this is just kind of a call back to you, I think, and to attend to whatever spiritual needs you might find coming up for you. And I feel like it relates to money. I feel like it might relate to business, or, something that you're doing as well, because obviously it's create a prosperous life. So it could just, be talking about, oh geez, why's my brain gone blank? It could be talking about, talking about money, but it could also just be talking about like that, that sense of abundance that I often talk about in the readings, like remembering that beyond what we see in the physical, our vibration and our thoughts about how we can receive from an unlimited source, because there is an unlimited source. It's just us and our thoughts and our limitations that actually stop us from receiving. So anyway, balance restored, resolution. Okay, so I see here for you guys, there might be some kind of fight or something's unbalanced in your life. It could be with the picture on this card. As soon as I saw it, I was like, it's like you've had a fight with a friend, or your things aren't working out in a particular relationship, not necessarily a love relationship. When I use the word relationship in my readings, it could mean many things unless I specify them. So any relationship, friendship, family relationships, love relationships, relationships with your children if you have children, or parents if you have parents. There's something out of balance here, and I feel like these two cards are a bit of a lead up or a direction. They're guidance for you to help you bring this back, whatever this balance is, bring this balance back. And like finding a resolution will come through attending your spiritual needs. And then we have break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing and rewriting the future. Wow, that gave me like a big shiver. I feel like, just specifically as I'm looking at this card and the other cards that we have here, the message coming through is this card here, the balance and restored resolution, is, and having the break the chain card come up afterwards. It's talking about patterns in your life. It's talking about maybe a certain way you think about people, or certain types of situations, and the way that you react in them or have reacted in them because of what you've learned through your life, and that you can break the chain by going into your more spiritual version, your more expanded version, and remembering to come back to that love, to that sweetness and invigorated kind of light love that you have within you when you look further away from the surface, that you can rewrite the patterns, and that's going to restore the balance. I'm going to get some cards out now cards. I've already got some cards out, but I'm sure you know what I mean. Oh, hi, Stacey. I didn't realize it was you watching me. Thanks for saying hi. Yeah, so Moon Witch Oracle cards. Yeah, it's 11:09 at night here, so not quite the morning for me, but it's probably the time my brain works the best a lot of the time. So there you go. All right, so let's have a look here and see what else we've got with these Moon Witch Oracle cards. What other messages we have for Group 3? Wow, there's 3 cards there. All right, so we've got no, but it's in reverse. Weird. That is weird because I never use these cards in reverse, so it's obviously meant to be that way. Crescent Moon, keep moving forward, you've got this. So there's a sleep on it, on this no card. And it being upside down, it almost looks like the flowers are growing up out of a hand. So that also is sort of like what my guides just said to me was like handing the olive branch to someone that you've been having some trouble with, or you want to make a truce with, make this this resolution with. But with it being a no and sleep on it, I feel like it's just not the right time straight away. It's sort of like you need to go to this place, you need to do this, this attending to your spiritual needs, whatever those might be for you. And I feel like they're coming up for you. It's it's being obviously shown to you what it is that you need to do to attend those needs and come back to yourself. So Crescent Moon, keep moving forward, you've got this. And Waxing Gibbous, it's okay to change the direction. I love it when they give me those kinds of messages where it's sort of like one thing and then another at the same time. But, we live in duality. And honestly, I was thinking to myself this morning, it's really weird. I could feel, because I can feel, the collective, and a lot of people can. I'm not special in that way, but because I can feel that, and I can feel other people's emotions. I can feel this deep emotional like sadness or grief or something like that. But I'm also feeling like that I'm tuned into like higher dimensions and happiness. So it's kind of like that. That's what this is like. It's like you got to keep moving forward, but you might have to change the direction as well. It's duality. Like you can have two things that exist at the same time and be okay with that. It doesn't all have to be just like tuned into one way. So I feel like this changed the direction. It is to do with the breaking of the chain. So the chain is like, I'm seeing it in my mind's eye. I'm seeing, it's something that's kept you stuck in cycles. The way that you relate to people, or the way that you think about people, the way that you think about specific types of relationships or certain reactions or something like that in that kind of way. And it's something that you've probably either learnt from, watching parents or watching other people in your family when you were a kid and as you were growing up, or it's something that's sort of like, it could even be, as it says, ancestral patterns. So it's something maybe inbuilt in your system, and it's for you to break because you're maybe actually probably seeing what it is that's caused this cycle, and it's time for you to break the chain. So you're going to go in a different direction, which is going to bring you this resolution and more balanced energy. Now, a couple more of the Moon Witch oracles. How many more can I get in reverse? I'm going to turn them the right way up. I bet they're still going to come out in reverse. They just want to trick me, mess with me, I reckon. More messages, please, from this Moon Witch oracle. Oh, there we go. What have we got here? Celine. Bring light into somebody's dark sky. This keeps coming up. I feel like, somehow this balanced energy, it seems to be a collective message of remembering to share your light with other people. Maybe someone specifically, but also I feel in this, In this particular reading, this is about the person that you may be having this, or that you are having this out of balance relationship or connection with. I feel like it's kind of affecting them more than you may know. But I also feel like by breaking the chains, by finding the resolution, whether it's, I feel like it's something energetic, it's something like that will come through by sitting in your heart space, by, you know, whatever you do specifically to kind of get yourself centered. Like, you know, me, I'm always talking about heart breathing. That's how I get centered most of the time. Sometimes I might need to do energy clearing or connect or ground myself or something like that. But however you do that, I feel like this is when you're going to get messages and it's going to come to you that there, you know, that there's a way that you can resolve this. There's a way that you can release this. These patterns that have been holding you back, and maybe even holding other people in your family back, because, you know, ancestral patterns, right? And so in doing that, you're rewriting the future for all the future generations as well. This is such an interesting reading. I didn't actually expect it to come out quite quite as in depth. I thought it was just going to be one of those readings, but no. It says cast spells, protect and heal. So we have Isis. Yeah, cast spells, protect and heal. Maybe some protection magic is necessary. Sometimes we need to do that, especially when you're going deep in. Sometimes I feel like, you know, you can be extra sensitive if you're changing things. If things aren't the same as they used to be, you're breaking these ancestral patterns and things like that. Having a bit of protection around you is a good idea. I've just reposted a link for a very old meditation of mine that teaches you how to do that. If anyone's interested in downloading that, it's free. I will be updating some of that as well. Oh, look at that. We've got cast spells, protect and heal. And then we've got cast a circle. Healthy boundaries are crucial for growth. Okay, so perhaps this, whatever it is that needs to be resolved or is coming up to be resolved, it's coming up to the light of consciousness, is around boundaries that you have with somebody. I really feel like this is a specific person in your life and a specific situation for you guys, group 3. It's just coming through so strongly. I can't really like give, you know, messages for this group and that group or for some of you, because that's just what it's coming up as. So yeah, remembering your boundaries, healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries help you stay safe while still loving someone. Because sometimes, you know, if you don't have any boundaries, you just get walked all over, basically. Especially if you're a people pleaser and you like to do all the things that make people happy. But, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you keep doing it over and over until you've got nothing left, then it's not going to work out for either of you, really, or anyone in that situation. And then we have curiosity. What sparks your interest? So something is going to spark your interest. I feel like something new is coming in. Maybe it's a hobby. I feel like maybe it's I don't know, just something that's kind of going to bring you around to this anointed love type energy that we've got going on here, which is asking you to, you know, it's like reinvigoration. It's remembering the joy in life and all that happy, funny, silly stuff that you can tap into instead of being so serious. So yeah, interesting. I'm going to grab one more of these, I think, and then I might go into the tarot. I've got a piece of glitter or something right there, and every time I look down, my light it hits the glitter, and it feels so odd. Lilith, reclaim your power. Perhaps you've been feeling a little bit disempowered because of what's going on in this situation. They're asking you to reclaim your power, but I also feel like it's a sign that you will regain your power. That means remembering the healed version of you, which does exist always. So You can choose to step into the healed version of you, or you can sit with the unhealed or wounded version of yourself and let all of the triggers and traumas and all of that sort of stuff run your life. Or you can accept that they're there, do your shadow work, sit with them, love them, heal them, and then, you know, live in your healed version. Not always easy. Not always as easy as it sounds when you're talking about it, but I feel like we always get a choice, right? Okay, so let's have a look at tarot and see what's going to come up for you guys. Group 3. I've got 111 on my screen at the moment, so 1111. That's kind of cool. I like 11s. 11s are good. Let's give these a knock. So here we go for group 3. God, I was thinking group 1 because I just said 11111. 1111. I'm having a giggle because I remember when my little one insisted that, what was it? Was it 11? It was called 11T1 or something like that. 11T1. All right, so we have the Page of Swords, learning new things, juggling lots of different activities. The Page of Swords kind of gives me, like, I don't really know what signs correspond to what cards in the tarot that well, because it's just not my thing. But this gives me real Gemini energy. It's that kind of like whirlwind type energy, where you're just sort of like, there's lots of things going on and kind of wanting to do a lot of different things all at once. Yeah, interesting. So I feel like this is kind of an energy that you might be in right now. I feel like it's not necessarily a bad energy, but it can be kind of scattering as well. It can make you feel scattered, because there's a lot going on there. So you've just got a lot going on at the moment. Then we have, I can't remember which one came first. All right, we'll go Ace of Swords. So we've got the Ace of Swords, which is coming up with new ideas. This is all about like mental energy. What are you thinking? What's coming through your mind? And this always makes me think of like when you go deeply into your thoughts and you're sort of like observing your thoughts, and then you have an epiphany from doing that. It's kind of hard to explain what I'm explaining, but if you do it, I'm sure you'll know what I mean. Yeah, it's weird and tricky, but it's kind of like, yeah, watching your thoughts, observing your thoughts, asking yourself, why am I thinking that? Where did that come from? How did that? And in that way, you're sort of like being your own therapist in a way, and kind of it helps to bring solutions to the surface. So an epiphany coming for you guys, a solution, or, you know, just a different perspective as well, a different way of looking at things. And that's going to bring in this energy of the Fool, which is like, it's a new beginning. It's like having faith and trust in things and starting again. What's the word I'm looking for? The word serendipity came to me, but I don't think that's the word that I'm looking for. It might be the right word for whatever's going on here. But yeah, I think it's just sort of like a little bit of throwing caution to the wind, of understanding, coming to an understanding that it's okay to start again, or that it's time to sort of step more into this carefree energy of not really, I nearly swore. I nearly swore because the word was on the tip of my tongue and then it left again. So yeah, the Fool energy is all about like, what is it? Oh, geez, I hate when this happens. It's like beginner's luck, but not quite that. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully you guys will get what I mean. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, who's come up in reverse. So that's interesting. Let's see what else comes up next to the Wheel of Fortune. It doesn't necessarily have negative connotations, but we have, ow, helps if you attack the chair with your knee. We have the Two of Swords on this side. So the Two of Swords is like, oh, I see, I see. It's sort of like going into something without having all of the information, you know, like being a little bit blindfolded. But I feel like in this case, with these particularly positive energies on this side, and specifically the Fool, which is kind of like, you know, you jump off the cliff, right? Jump off the cliff and hope that your wings grow on the way down. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting here. It's a little bit of like, I have this epiphany. I'm going to throw myself into this energy because I trust what's come through to me. I trust the energy, and yeah, you might not be able to see the way forward, but you know that there is one. Even if you feel like it's been blocked for a little while, I feel like you're just gonna go for it, in whatever regards this is. And I wish that wouldn't happen. At least I'm getting my exercise. Okay, let's have a look and see what more messages have we got for group 3. What would Spirit like group 3 to know? More messages for group 3, please, Spirit. Oh no. Pardon me. Have to sneeze now. What messages do you have for group 3? A few more. Oh, I don't know if that might be a few too many. Just a couple of cards, please. Please clarify this too. Okay, that one jumped out. All right. Yeah, okay. So this is sort of talking about the Queen of Pentacles, right? This is where you're going from the Fool energy, the cliff jumping energy, the exuberant new beginning type energy. And I feel like it's sort of like, without really knowing what you're doing. And like I said before, as it came out of my mouth, beginner's luck, right? I feel like this is something new that you're doing, or it's just like there's a renewed sense of energy because you have released yourself from whatever chain or pattern or cycle or whatever it is that you've been stuck in or felt like you've been stuck in for some time. You kind of are going to go for it anyway, whether it feels like it's been a bit blocked, or this is kind of like the wheel's still turning even though it's reversed. So it's just kind of like you won't have, why is that echoing? That's so weird. Anyway, my mic just started echoing and I have no idea why, because there's no, like, the settings haven't changed or anything. So yeah, going into something new, and this is what you're heading towards, the Queen of Pentacles energy. So the Queen of Pentacles has it all together in the ooh, bump that mouse. The Queen of Pentacles has it all together in the physical realm, because Pentacles are all about the physical realm. Anything sort of 3D based, it can be pentacles that can represent money, but they can also represent all sorts of, you know, like anything really that we build, that we grow in the physical realm. So I just want to get some more clarification from this. And the Queen, she looks like she's got it all together, and she kind of, this Queen energy, and it can be, you know, you doesn't have to be that the Queen of Pentacles is a female, it could be a male. It's just an energy, right? It's an energy of not wanting, of not needing, but just knowing, right? This is what I'm getting. You're jumping past all of this stuff because you don't really care. You know you've got what it takes. I think when you've gone and done this, attending to your spiritual needs and coming back to your center, You will remember that you already have everything that you need, and the only way, really, or the best way to get things to come to you is just to be sitting in this kind of energy of knowing that everything that you want and need and deserve will come to you if you know that you already have it anyway. It's already yours. Uh-oh. What are you doing, Mr. Cat? My kitten is chasing something. Okay, so a couple more cards on Queen of Pentacles. King of Wands. Okay. This is also an energy of having mastered that. This is passion and creativity. So having mastered something in that realm as well. Or this could be like the two people that we were talking about in with this. As I said, I picked up that it was two people. I feel like it's these two, the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands. And again, as I said, no, it's not gender, it's energy. So whoever's holding those kind of energies around you, like you could be one or the other. I feel like these are who the balance is being restored to, and this is where you'll end up when that balance is restored. It's very interesting. Okie dokes. Let's have a few more cards. What are you doing, Harry? He had a mouse earlier, so I'm a little... I can hear him scratching around, and I'm like, no, I don't want another mouse. And they're making plans. So we have the Three of Wands here. So plans to travel, plans to grow. This has got to do with the Three of Wands, has got to do with things out of the home. So going different places, going to travel, going to visit people, traveling the world. It can also be like sending away for things, and I don't know why this is coming up. So it's like sending away to other countries or something like that to bring things in. Maybe you're going to start an importing business. I know that sounds quite weird, but you never know. Like things just come through to me. That can be quite random, but yeah. So I'm getting like some of you might start a business where you're like importing things from a different country to sell in your country, or you know, something along those lines anyway. We have the Hermit. So that's I feel like that this is talking about wisdom that you've gained while you've been alone, because that's what the Hermit is, right? It's the wisdom gained from solitude. Interesting. So I think you'll be using that for whatever this is all about, however that lands for you. I'm going to just have a look at these last two cards as well. Then we have rest. So time to have a little bit of a rest. And I'm not surprised in this energy, honestly. And when you have, you know, sometimes when you've been through like cycles that are really emotionally intense and things like that, and you finally get to that point where you've healed it, where you've healed some of it, where you feel like you've resolved some of it and you've let it go and it's left your energy field, you do often need to rest. So I feel like this is just asking you guys to remember it, to listen to your bodies and sleep when you need to sleep, eat when you feel hungry, stay hydrated, all of that kind of stuff. And then the last card we have is the Nine of Cups. So we have that landing at the end, which is good fortune, wish fulfillment, and amazing cool things. Wow, that's a really cool reading. I think I like this one for you guys, group 3. Amazing messages coming through here. Just remember to stay centered. Come back to yourself and the whatever it is that you need to find that balance, to restore that balance, to resolve, it will come to you. I'm going to call it a night, a day on this one, and I will hopefully catch you guys on the next one. Bye, and thanks for watching.